The main plan for this is to decrease stress for all drivers of all types, including the ones who are not as good at driving, meaning the age groups of elderly or very young, and also the people who can drive regularly. With the ramp on the side, it takes away the stress from the people who have a harder time driving, and it gets them out of the way for the regular drivers overall. Now, you may be asking, who are the people that are mostly affected by this? Other than, of course, the people who wreck or get fatally killed, unfortunately, through their accident. Um, I would say people in urban areas that are too afraid to take these highways if they become, regularly dangerous just to travel on normally, then they'll have to do things like A, take public transit around that, which wastes their time, or B, take, transit around there too, like ride sharing apps. If they'd have to do that, they'd be A, wasting their time and their money doing so. And I believe it would affect more than anybody, just citizens, normal people. It could affect anybody, regardless of who you are. The real hike would be having this idea pitched to the sector of government that manages these roads, the Department of Transportation. They could just straight up, just reject my idea and completely ignore me and find some other way to do it, but I don't know what else they would do. This helps pretty much everybody and creates job growth with having some piece of infrastructure that needs to be maintained. Unfortunately, there are not too many alternatives in the face of finding another way around this solution, because this mainly affects large cities that have hazardous roads. Like, I could think of I-4, but I don't know if I-4 would be the best example because there's so much construction there. There's just what are you gonna do? Add more construction to I-4? But this is more of things in like Orlando, where if it's a very crowded area or it's just extremely congested, they could just go around it, a very wide, safe lane, and go around everything. Do we just not force people to drive? Like, do we force them not to drive? Or just keep them off the road just so wrecks can stop happening? This idea mainly helps people in the long run because the accumulation of each wreck avoided proves that it's not used for genuine safety. It is a shortcut around hazardous areas of road that are deemed too risky for hindered and or inexperienced drivers.